Well, here we are, day 6 at the Marine Science Short, a 3-week Marine Science Short course. Ear kind of gone from swimming, and been chewing beetle nut, getting that experience. But back to what's happening. Today's Saturday, day 6, so basically went into town to Kavieng, and walked around, looked at the market. Went to town. It's a small town, probably the size of Bangai and Hapai. A lot of Asians I noticed, a lot of Chinese. They had a coastal market, I guess they've been hanging out with the youngsters, the male groups. They're young. They've been teaching me a lot about, Papua New Guinea. Still traditions of sorcery, traditions of cannibalism, traditions of polygamy, and basically there are places here that are untouched, where they're still practicing these rituals, which is pretty exciting. But I guess the student crew that I'm with is pretty cool. They kind of shocked at my my Fata Mikey, but making the best that I can. I went into town. I thought I had got some footage of a live band on the truck, but I must have didn't get it. But everything's everything. I guess I'm talking to William a little more and finding out his background, because I actually don't know his background, but it seems that he's pretty much been in deep waters already, so he'd be a good source just to go to. But he does plan to do another course in Tongan. So if he does come out that way, maybe I can look him up. Besides that, very interesting town. They still have a lot of canoes. They still carry things on their heads and walk around. And most of the population, they chew betel nut, which I've been doing for a few days, and it's very hardcore stuff. It's actually the nut of a palm nut, and some mustard seedings, and lime. Actually, lye. Beat corals up, to a fine powder. It does have effect. It makes you really ampy. Went around, try some of the rum, and just went out seeing how they do it. They're not too intense. They just go for the light buzz. It's a good thing I didn't have a lot of money, because they probably would have been too much. They probably would have been towed back. But they're cool. They're teaching me pigeon a little. Starting to open up. Day 6. I guess we're starting to. Went to town today, and I had no money, and one of the Papua New Guineans gave me $10 to get what I needed, which was I found to be you know, very nice. I guess if there would be competition here, you know, as the international students, I don't think they have a chance. But these the UPNG students, they're pretty sharp. They're pretty smart. I've already witnessed a lot of stuff going on at UPNG with the politics going on, so you never know. You know what's happening with them. I mean, just, you know, these coastal areas where the borders are, they actually have villages with high-tech arms and weaponry. And that's like most provinces here basically have. And according to some, they actually have villages untouched. My roommate right now is basically from the alligator people. So it was pretty interesting because I did watch a documentary on it, and then all of a sudden my roommate is from there. I think the perspective people get on Papua New Guineans is probably like the wrong perspective unless you actually are here to see and be with and, you know, listen, understand what they're trying to tell you. And it comes that they're just like any other people, you know. Every people has their own bad people, you know. You can't just, you know, say they're like this because of that. I do notice that they're more, well, just from the students I've met here, they're more into when politics go wrong, they're more into like stepping in and trying to do some, you know, trying to do some, what do you call it, rallying and protesting, you know. They're really on a protest tip. And they're very, you know, they're very distinctive about themselves, you know. They're really proud people, proud about their traditions, proud about, you know, the diversity, just proud of being, you know, independent. You know, where I can basically see that the shackles are already off. They've already, you know, they have already managed to make up a language, you know, for all to understand. They actually went through colonization, but to see them now, it's pretty much, I think the shackles are off. Well, not like the Fijians, you know. The Fijians still have a little trouble, you know. Still afraid of authority. Still think, you know, they don't have a choice to make on their own. And I guess the Tongans, they just, you know, are Tongan. So, for me myself, because I'm repping Tonga myself, I have to be on a higher level. I can't stay on the small scale because I'm too big already, you know. I'm already taking up the scene. But man, Papua New Guineans here, they've been giving me the royal treatment. They've been, you know, they surprised to see someone, you know, older student who comes down to the level of, you know, of their wants and what they want to do, you know, what they do, you know, which is pretty much, it's cool, you know, sip a little bit of their local stuff and, you know, smoke on something on their UPNG and tobacco, and chew some betel nut. You know, I guess you have to do these things to, you know, to let people know that you are open, you know, to things. And, you know, I basically know a little history, and I know, you know, where things go. But yeah, this is just to recap on the other week, on the other days. I can't really recall on what those days have been, you know, what was told, but I can just keep going on what's happening every day. And I think today I really enjoyed myself here in the in New Ireland province, in Nago Island, and in KVN. They're very interesting people. They're just almost like, but they're islanders, you know. They're real islanders. They're really in tune with what's happening, you know, in every aspect. They've just been here longer. They just have been knowing what's happening, you know. But a lot of corruption from what I'm gathering. There's a lot of government corruption going on. So it makes it hard. And there's actually some political stuff going on right now that, you know, that provinces are going through. And governors and prime ministers are actually here in KVN. And just in case I didn't say it before, they say KVN, the New Ireland province, is have the best beaches. Even this island is just, it's interesting because the beach just comes to the front, the water hits, and right after you walk off the beach, it just drops. I thought that was pretty interesting. You don't have to go really far to go swimming. I guess it was pretty interesting seeing town today. Of course, I'll have a lot of flicks on that. But I couldn't really get the video because sometimes I don't want to walk around with my cameraman and just be showing people. But I think after I master this, I guess I can move on to that. Very interesting day. I guess we got the ROV operators in, and I guess we're going to be building 6 ROVs from scratch. Operating and building, so that's pretty interesting. We're pretty much the pioneers of this ROV, but the second year of doing this. But last year I heard they only did a week, so we're doing 3 weeks. So as far as day 6 is concerned, went well. I really enjoyed myself. I really enjoy the Papua New Guineans showing me love, and, you know, kind of looking out for me, and, you know, telling me, actually talking to me now, like, you know, like they know I got something up here, you know. So it's pretty much feels good just to have, you know, to know some youngsters can see, you know, something positive coming out of someone, you know, like myself. But that'll be another story. But I'm here at Nago Island, and a 3-week short science course here, and moving on to zoology and invertebrates, into the remote operated vehicles that we'll be constructing and operating, and we'll be the pioneers going into the frontier. So with that said, and with everything going on, I guess just have to wait and see what happens tomorrow.